and sit down.
Hello, gang. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and
I'm not Dave.
he's not. he's not Dave.
However, I have been practicing my wibble technique, so you never know. You never know.
With the country going into, how can we say, another world on fire situation, Dave's quickly took the opportunity to shoot and see his dear old mum because she's getting on in years, and he just wants to quickly make sure she's okay, and then he'll be back tomorrow. But Foxx has kindly offered to jump in and join me this afternoon, so we've got the dulcet tones of the most eccentric Englishman.
Hello.
Go on, give it a moist.
I can't get there. Hang on, you have to back of my head in the shot. Ready? Moist.
So yes, Foxx, aka model making guru.
Moist.
If you put the banners up, wouldn't you? There you go. We're getting there. So pop over, and if you haven't already subbed to Fox's channel, why not? And pop over and share the love. So I'll have a quick little looky-loo who's in the chat. Quano Man's in. Hello, Quano. Hope you're doing all right, fella. Cool. Lynn Dipple was in 88 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's almost yesterday.
Smurfworks, aka Ady's popped in. Hello, Ady. All right, mate. Looking forward to later, are you?
Ady, just so you know, we're streaming now for you, mate. He sent me a message saying you're streaming this afternoon. I was like, yep, we're live now. We're live.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. Yeah, see, I took the liberty of having a bit of a power nap because I had to suffer the US election bit last night with Vincent, and I'm recovering somewhat.
I was going to say, I bet that I needed a damn good sleep after that.
Oh, yeah. He went into full-blown Belgian rage, and it was funny, I must admit.
I'm trying full-blown Belgian raid. Is that like, I don't know. Is that like...
Yeah, it was the king of wibbles, mate. It was stomping, throwing himself back in the chair.
See, to me, Belgian rage sounds like Canadian rudeness. It just, my brain can't quite comprehend that.
It was all done in the best possible taste.
It's possible taste.
That's me saying hello to everyone. Lynn saying hello, my love. Hope you're good. Fine and dandy, Lynn. I'm okay. Quano Man saying he's got to go and pick up his moped from its MOT. Okay.
There you go. Has it got like we need to know if it's got like 400 mirrors on it.
Absolutely.
Like a proper mod job.
Moped like Jasper Carrot's.
Oh yeah. Funky moped. Oh good God, Jasper Carrot. Oh man.
I know. There's a blast from the past. Sue's in, Sue Shapland. Hello, Sue. You're right.
Hey, Sue.
Lynn's saying she needs to go to the store, but she doesn't feel like it. Yeah. Try going to one of the ones in the UK. It's a little bit silly again.
Yeah. Can't you just order something online and have it brought to you by a little man?
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. It saves all the stress, doesn't it? Plastic Monkey's in. Hi, Lynn. Oops, he says. Sue's saying she's got to go and finish first. She'll get started on it, and God knows where I'm going to put it. Okay.
What's she putting? What? Where? Who? What?
I know. It's scary.
Do we know what it is?
I know. We need full description, don't we, mate?
Yes, that's a bit mysterious. I've got it. I can't know where to put it.
Some bloke called Model Making Guru saying good afternoon, everyone. There.
I don't know who that is. that was probably a loud finger words time. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it was.
Oh, bless. Yeah, we was having our usual sound issues and everything before we went.
Oh, yeah.
Mark's in saying afternoon. Afternoon, Mark. Hope you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Lynn saying she was here 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
There's Keen, and then there's Lynn.
Yeah, there's Keen, and then there's we need to have a talk about how clocks work.
Absolutely. Ghost Rider's in saying hi to Quano. I know, Ghost Rider. How you doing, mate?
Afternoon.
And Ian Dowthwaite's in saying good afternoon all. So there's a few people in the chat there chatting away where all the cool people live.
I now know 2 people with the surname Dowthwaite.
I know. I'm hoping I'm saying it all correct, because you know what I'm like with pronunciations.
Or pronunciations even.
That's the word.
Do you know what? You know what got me on your Sunday show when you said pronunciations and I spelled it out in chat?
Yeah.
And you still read it wrong.
I'm useless, mate.
I was like, oh, don't ever change, Cole. Don't ever change.
No, mate, honestly, I still spell with a V, mate.
Well, that's all right. That's you being London, isn't it?
Absolutely. Normally, me and Dave would be doing these paddy wagon things that we've got on the go. But as Dave's not here, I'm not doing the paddy wagon today. I'm doing its companion. So I'm going to be cobbling together a wee cruddy, crusty old fire engine to sit on the same dyno with it when it's done.
Mint. Let's have another look at that paddy wagon there, Cole. It looks pretty good, that does.
It's getting there, mate.
That looks pretty good. Is that the original kit plating as well that you've kept? I think it is. Isn't it?
No, I've gone over it with old chrome.
Oh,
old
jolly
chrome,
good.
old gold even.
Jolly good. It's pretty good, dude.
You got Officer Festa driving it with his eye out on. And then on the back, you're going to have a
Officer Wibble.
Officer Wibble.
I just made that up, but I assume that's what you're calling him, actually.
Yeah, he's known as Officer Wibble.
I didn't know that, but I just
yeah. The name has gone round the internet like wildfire. They all come in now and say, "Where's Officer Wibble?"
Hey, Officer Wibble.
Muse is in saying hello, Muse, right, my darling. Wilma's in saying love the paddy wagon. Yeah, Dave sends his love, Wilms, and he will be back on Sunday for the Sunday brunch, and back next Wednesday for one of these. But he's seeing his dear old mum today.
Yeah, sure. We spend time with your dear old mum or dad.
Yeah,
or both if you've got both.
Hello, Mama Dave.
Yep. I would do the opposite. I'd take a day away from Mama Foxx just to get away for a day, but I wouldn't really.
Oh, bless. That looks suspiciously like a custom booster blaster sound.
This is indeed a custom booster blaster. As a northerner would say, booster blaster.
Yeah.
Bath. Yes, I thought I'd just carry on with this. I've got nothing else that I could do specially, so I thought I'd just carry on with this. That I normally do on my Sunday show. So I can quietly... Well, if I want to promote Wibbles, I'm going to try and clean up the tyres, and that's some Wibble fuel right there. So
yeah, how would I know that? Yeah, look, I've got one in the drawer.
Oh, look at that! Let's have a proper close-up look at that, young man.
Oh, it's a bit shonky at the moment.
Oh, is it? Is it a bit falling apart?
No, it's only had its first base coat, and then I'm going to go over the paint and faff with it. And
mint-tastic.
So I've kind of done that, and then of course I'm really going to impress you with all my orc greebles.
Blimey, you've got more orc greebles than I've got any other greeble. Hang on, there's an entire vehicle in there.
You said to me, get some orc greebles.
Have you got is that like a tank in there?
Yeah, that's a miniature Baneblade that I resin printed, mate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Look at that little teddy bear. Oh, this is so cute.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's Baneblades, and then there's, come on, Festa, do something.
Oh, hang on. Wait, I'm supposed to be replacing Dave. I've just put a really grumpy face on when you said Baneblade. Bottom lips come out.
Don't do the war, Emma.
Don't want Baneblade.
Yeah, I've got loads of orc dudes for an upcoming build that I'm going to be doing that is slightly different. Do you remember that big AT-AT that we was doing the rounds with the photographs that have been orcified?
I was going to say, you're about to tell me you're doing an orc AT-AT by any chance?
Yeah.
I was about to say you should do an orc AT-AT. Great minds think alike. I don't know how he did that, but
I managed. Well, I managed. Cole kindly sent me the biggest AT-AT I've ever seen, and said all them orc greebles you've got apply to said AT-AT. So that's what it's going to be done.
What is it? Is it built or is it a kit?
Do you remember the one that was around in the late 70s, early 80s that the kids played with? You know, the big battery operated.
Oh, you've got the toy one. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. It's massive, mate.
Blimey.
And, yeah.
Somebody once asked me if I do some. I'll start that. Hang on, coffee.
It's going well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going now. Yeah, somebody once asked me. They said I've got a load of old vintage Kenner Star Wars toys. Would you be interested in painting them up and like stuff? And I'd be like, okay, here's a price. And he went, bye.
Absolutely.
So I never heard back from when I mentioned money. I never heard back from him. But yeah, they are massive.
So that's what I'm going to do. Cole kindly sent me that, and said, orcified the bejesus out of it. It's one of those. I'm sort of on the lookout now for as many orc greebles as I can find.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I've started doing this, and I've done a couple of other orc things, and I've just been bitten by the orc style. It's just kind of like,
because someone who's similar to yourself, I think he's coincidentally called the Guru, said to me, "Yeah, Warhammer, you want to do orcs, mate? They are so you." So,
yeah. Well, I said that to you ages ago, didn't it, as well? Strange enough.
Absolutely, mate.
I was like, you need to do orcs. Yeah, an orc AT-AT. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so I might actually film that as well. It's gonna have to be filmed, isn't it?
I might actually, he says, you're gonna be making a vintage classic Kenner AT-AT into an orc thing. You need to film it. That's like saying, yeah, I might film this once in a lifetime thing. Maybe.
If I don't film it, someone somewhere will be going, "Damn you and your festivus."
Oh, hang on, my headphones giving me some jit.
Okay.
One second, buddy. Right, I think I've got you back. There we go. I lost you there for a second. My head. These earpieces, if you get them just at the wrong angle, you can't hear anything.
Oh, they are a bind, didn't they? That happened to me Monday.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to look like an FBI man's, but at the same time.
Yeah. Don't you find though when you put your earpiece in, you start talking to your thumb?
Yeah, I'm there going. Eagle has left the White House. Eagle has left the White House.
I'm so glad it's not just me that does.
No, I'm there going. KFC order in. KFC order in. 5 minutes. Vehicle approaching. Stand by. Into my sleeve, which I don't actually have because I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's twice as bad.
I honestly thought I was the only person that did that. I feel quite happy now.
No, I'm even worse. Occasionally I'll go between lines.
Oh, you do the proper crackle.
Yeah, this is nonsense when it's like a lapel piece.
See, I still, as I walk through a door in the house, go.
Well, many years ago, when I was working with someone, when we were doing the detailing stuff, for some reason, something happened at one point where, for some reason, I was walking along.
Yeah.
And I kind of went, with each footstep, I went like that.
Yeah.
So I was going as I walked along. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it just stuck.
Yeah.
So even to this day, when I'm walking around, sometimes Mama Fox was going upstairs last night, and she takes her time going up the stairs, so I'm going.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's just sent me right back to the 70s with that record. Do you remember that record? I can't do that. I can't do the noise, but
oh, Popcorn.
Yeah, that's it.
I can do it, but just not very fast. So she would. Yeah. So for some reason it stuck. So yeah, I make little noises when I walk around sometimes.
Yeah, I do the Star Trek doors. When I used to drive, I had a button on my Opel Monza.
Opel Monza. Oh, get in.
Yeah, I've still got it, Fox. My 3-litre GSE Opel Monza, mate.
Please tell me it's bronze. Please tell me it's bronze.
It's two-tone silver, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's proper with the 1980s digital dash, and all of that, and leather interior. But on the automatic gearbox, you got a load of override buttons to do like sport mode and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And I may have relabeled one of them with the label Engage.
I thought you were going to say you labelled it with turbo or something like that.
No. So I would just look at the missus and go, Engage.
Engage. You've got to be done.
Absolutely.
When I was, I think last year, well, especially this year when I've not been driving around much because of Chocolate Velociraptor.
Yeah.
I had to get my battery replaced, but until I got the battery replaced, I was trying to preserve the battery.
Yeah.
So I was driving around with like the windows up all the time, which was a pain in the bum in the hot summer days.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But also I didn't have the stereo going.
Oh dear.
And I can't be doing driving in silence. So I had to just like drive around. But I can't sing in the car because I don't listen to songs. I just listen to music.
Yeah.
So I was basically driving around being the French horn in God knows how many different soundtracks in my car. And it's like, I'm sat there at traffic lights and I'm quite happily belting out like, Journey to the Island from the Jurassic Park soundtrack as the French horn. And I'm suddenly thinking, wait, people can see through my windows. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's when you forget that you haven't got window tint on and you're like,
yeah. Well, I do, but it's only on the back windows. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. pretty useless.
Yeah, I can't be doing driving in silence. It's not natural.
No. That's the one thing, dare I say, I miss the most, not driving anymore.
No.
But
I just have to
can't part with the car, Fox. I can't do it.
No. Are you trying to go Bostonian there? Park the car in the car park. No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought I'd try to disguise my accent. It worked well, didn't it?
Yeah. Car park with car.
It did not sound.
Oh, hang on. You've gone really quiet in me here again.
Oh.
There
It
we go.
might be my volume, my end, mate.
Have you got the microphone 100 miles away from your face?
No, it's right next to my nose, mate.
Yeah. Well, you're talking through your nose.
Yeah.
There you go, then. That means you become a train spotter. I think you'll find
Yeah.
the 1235 from London Euston was not that colour.
Oh, mate, train spotters.
Yeah.
Legendary, aren't they?
I used to know a kid on my street who wasn't a train spotter, he was a bus spotter.
Oh, really?
You thought train spotters were nerds. It was worse. He had like hundreds and hundreds of toy buses.
Back in the day, you used to be able to buy a roof ticket at Heathrow Airport, and you could go up there, and all the plane spotters were up there, and they were quite an elite group of people.
Oh yeah, my brother used to do that. He was a plane spotter for a while.
Yeah.
In the 70s, when it was probably a little bit more cool in those days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, because you had Concorde still flying. Oh, Concorde.
Yeah. I mean, he had his little books, his little spotting books, but he also has little pictures and drawings as well.
Yeah.
And there's little sort of watercolor pictures on one of the bedroom walls of like these old vintage planes, weren't vintage at the time, and they've got all the like Dan Air logos and liveries and things like that. Pan Am. It's like, wow, these all don't exist anymore.
Paul Lines has got an image of you with your head out of the window, loudly humming "Ride of the Valkyries."
Oh yeah. I love the smell of diesel first thing in the morning.
Model making mayhem saying rivet counter impressions. Oh no. Yeah.
I think you'll find I was being a train spotter, not a rivet counter. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's the little books of numbers, isn't it? Now the temptation would be to go straight through it and tick every one of them. And so you've seen them, but
I've seen all of these.
They would know. No, where
did
you see that one then?
I think you'll find that plane has not been in circulation for 14 years, and therefore you can't have seen it because slap. Yes, I mean, anybody that starts a sentence with "I think you'll find," you just know there's going to be a slap coming up, don't you?
The ones I normally get are, "I'm not a rivet counter, but."
Yeah, there's always a but.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Help, but notice.
Yeah. The golden rule is if you have to say "I'm not something" and then the word "but," it normally means you are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a sexist, but oh dear.
Yeah, here it comes. Yeah.
Yeah. There are some people I don't know.
Oh mate, I honestly, I love it when they start because they're like, "Have you noticed?" And then I just put the comment in, "Yes, I have." Are you going to change it? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I now know it annoys you.
Yes. Thank you for exposing your weak underbelly to me that I can now score critical hits on. Thank you very much.
And it's like, they won't be back.
No. There's a lot of strange people out there. It makes me laugh though when somebody, that kind of rivet country stuff, it really is like, especially when it's a made up thing you've done a picture of, you've made.
Oh, what if I had it with the AT-AT, didn't I? Rivet country?
Yeah. And it's like, really, you're criticizing something that is made up?
Yeah. And that's all I said is, it's not real, man.
You have to say to them, you do realize this is an art, and art is about interpretation and having fun. Yeah. At which point did you stop having fun in this hobby?
It's very frustrating when they do it.
Yeah. I learned a new thing today.
Oh.
I learned that, I came up with a new marketing phrase for the isopropyl alcohol industry.
Oh, right, yeah.
The new marketing phrase is isopropyl alcohol, helping model makers find tiny cuts on their thumbs for hundreds of years.
Oh, absolutely.
I was
Because
cleaning my hairbrush and I suddenly got the world's worst stabbing pain in my thumb. I'm like, what the hell? And it's a little tiny cut on my thumb I didn't know about.
Oh, did you do the whimpery noises?
Yeah, I was like, Mom.
Good man.
Yeah, so it's like isopropyl alcohol. Help me see the truth of the wound on my thumb. I was like, dear God, I need to put a glove on that. I don't know what I've cut my hand on.
I know, Lynn, there's issues with my audio, dear. It's something going on with the yard today. It keeps fading out my microphone. There's nothing I can do about it, Lynn.
No. Sometimes Google Hangouts is the same. It does weird things.
Yeah, it's just messing with my audio levels. It can't be helped. We tried to resolve it before the show, Lynn, and you've just got it, sweetheart.
Yeah, just stick with it. That's all you can do, really. I've got the sniffly nose because there's a camera. Hang on.
Yeah. It's just one of those. Nothing's changed this end with wires, connections, or anything like that. And it's been rebooted. Yeah. And the mic is. And Andy, yes, the mic is right by my nose, mate. It's just one of them things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It possibly is Streamlabs then in that case.
Yeah, it just seems a bit odd, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's probably Windows. It's probably Microsoft. It's Bill Gates' personal fault.
Yeah, I mean it's on 30 decibels boost as well, so there's not much more I can do.
No, although having said this, you do realise you'll probably do exactly what I did on after Monday's live show.
Yeah,
you'll find a slider and be like, oh, I forgot about that.
No, I'm in the microphone settings now because yeah.
For those, if anybody watched the show on Monday on the E-Models channel, just towards the end, I lost all audio in my earpiece, so I couldn't hear anybody. And I was thinking, oh great, there's gonna be something wrong with my earpiece, my wire's knackered, or something wrong with my PC.
Yeah.
And then what happened was, I suddenly realised afterwards, when we finished the stream and I logged out, what I didn't know was there's an inline volume switch and mute switch on my earpiece. And basically it was behind me because it goes down under my t-shirt, and it just kind of muted itself. The button had been flicked.
Yeah.
And I'm sat there and I'm like, oh dear Lord.
Yeah, it's one of them, mate. I mean, everything's working in Windows. It's saying it's all happy and everything's done, so not a lot I can do about it, folks.
No, one of them things. You have to bear with us. Sometimes these things happen.
Yeah. My levels are maximum on my microphone. There's a 30 decibel boost. No other programs have got access to it.
Yep. It's either going to be something with StreamYard that we can't fix, or it'll be something. It'll be a button that Festa finds later on. It's always one of the two.
Yeah, because it goes through its own amp as well. See on this one. So.
No, that's a bit swanky, then, isn't it?
Yeah, and everything is exactly the same as it is for every other stream. Nothing's been moved, disconnected, or fiddled with in any way.
Yeah, and he's got the photograph to prove it. You sound all right in my ear, so I'm suspecting it is StreamYard.
Yeah, and the system's been rebooted, so it's not like it.
Anyway, even if you're quiet, people still get to marvel at your dulcet tones.
Absolutely. What's that? Do not turn this off unless you have high quality and are wearing headphones. Yeah, that's
Do not press this button. Click.
Anyway.
We have a major crisis to deal with anyway.
Let's try that. How's that, folks?
Oh, there you go. That's a bit louder. That's a bit more louder in my ear.
Can you let me know in the chat whether that's any better? Because I've just overridden a setting in StreamYard, which is automatically adjust your microphone sound, and I've set it at 200%. So yeah,
Festa 67's workshop coming in your ear.
Moist.
Oh Christ! That went all the way down my spine.
Paul, thank you very much for letting me know in the chat. They're all saying it's now better. So it's a setting in StreamYard, folks. Any of you out there using StreamYard, go into your settings, go into your audio, and you'll see a tick box that says automatically adjust mic volume beta. Take the tick out of the box and slide the slider all the way to the right.
It's also known as the mess stuff up button, family friendly version.
Yeah, and then you can make Foxx go cringy and drop stuff mildly moist.
I don't know.
Ostrich. I've done it now. I've done a test.
All right, Ted. Ostrich 90 million.
Osric, I do apologise, is asking me what I'm building. I am building a little Model T fire engine to go with my paddy wagon. And I'll be doing some resin fireman figures.
Ooh.
To
Resin,
go in
you say?
there.
My nemesis, resin.
Yeah. And I must admit, I do like a bit of resin printing, as you know.
Oh, you mean, okay, I thought you meant resin like a kit of the different kind of resin.
I just 3D print my own figures now, mate.
Ah, there you go then. I thought you meant resin figures.
Oh no, I've gone all windswept, posh and interesting because of having the tools to do my own printing.
Tool. Let me show you my large tool.
I just started one for my lad, which is the V from Vendetta bloke. So,
V, as we like to know him.
Yeah.
I was about to try and do a quote, but it requires a lot of intelligence to remember any of his quotes. That's a good film, that is.
I was going to try and do his voice, but it would be
Wasn't it Sam Neill?
No, it was Hugo Weaving out of The Matrix.
Yeah, I was going to say I knew it was an Australian.
Yeah, with an H.
With an H. What, Weaving with an H?
That well-known bloke, Hugo Weaving.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
It's the smell. Yeah, no, V for Vendetta is a fantastic film.
Oh, yeah, because a mate of mine wants me to 3D do him a Neo figure, you know.
All right.
The Matrix. And it's like,
that'd be all right, then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something different. Keeps me occupied.
I've got a lot of 3D printed stuff that I got out the other day. Because Beyond Hope printed me a load of Deathcore stuff. He printed me, I'm doing my Deathcore dudes. He printed me 3 Deathcore, what was it for? Deathcore of Krieg dudes on motorbikes.
Oh, right,
So I was going to get them out and prime them up with the rest, but I suddenly realised I hadn't. They need to be cured in UV, don't they?
Yes. Do you need them cured? Because I've got UV curing here. If you want to post them down, or let me know.
I can't post them, can I? So, well, I meant to in the summer. I meant to take them outside.
Yeah,
just for an hour, and I completely forgot. So I looked outside and I was like, next summer.
Yeah.
Not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I built my first curing station out of a nail machine and 3D printed a tool base for it to go in, and then I've got one of these all-in-one wash station and curers now because I'm doing so much 3D printing now that.
What, take 2 curing solutions into the shower? Not me. I just cure and go.
Yeah, I washed and it went.
Yeah.
Paul Line is saying mildly moist and squelchy.
Ooh. I can't get near the microphone because it's over there and I can't see.
I know.
Flaccid. I can't really do it very well on this show. I can do it on the e-model show because it's off to my side.
Yeah, this is how it goes, folks. Poor old Dave is now probably sitting watching this with his bum going, I'll leave him alone, unattended, for 1 week.
He's there, he's there and he's like, I know you've never watched it, Mum, but have a look and see. This is what I do twice a week. And now he's like, I wish I'd never told him that. Hello, Dave, Mum. Hello, Mama Dave.
Yeah, bless her.
Big hugs.
Yeah, he'll be going, yeah, well, we're ever so grown up, Mum. And
that's number wang. Yes, everybody's mama gets a hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum did have a Sunday watching, and it was like, oh my God, my mum's watching. Oh, dear.
Well, I said to Mama Foxx, I said, don't forget I'm streaming today. She went, I know, 4:30 till 6:30. I went, jolly good. But I have to advise you, she isn't watching.
Oh dear.
Because it's far more important to her that she watches a 25-year-old episode of Poirot or Heartbeat or something on the old people's channel. I said, you're going to watch? She went, no, I'm watching this. I went, right, I'll tell Colin that Heartbeat that you've seen hundreds of times is vastly more important than all his endeavours.
So I'm no longer Mummy's favourite.
I said you'd say that. Yeah, you see. Unless you can go back in time and be in an episode of Poirot.
You never know. There might be someone in the background cheekily rocking a pork pie hat, and it could.
There could be. I suspect there is. Model Making Mayhem says, plinth. I can't get the mic. I have to lean over and it kills the surprise. Scaly Model. Oh, hi, Dad. Dad's in. He says, they don't need curing, Fox. I spoke to Andrew about it for the ones he did for me. They still seem a bit wibbly wobbly and squidgy, so I thought I'd put them out in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they need, I don't know. Or maybe they're just meant to be wibbly wobbly squidgy.
Yeah. I've had a couple that have felt a little bit softer to the touch, and I've let them sort of sit in the sun. And then I've cheekily sprayed them with a coat of 2 times more shine.
2 times more shine. I was about to make a joke about saying, what were the names? I know a couple that are a bit squishy. What are the names? They just sound like one of them, like, keys in the bowl kind of parties.
Oh, right, yeah. One of those special parties that no one told you what it was about.
Yeah. It's like the old joke. I know a little German. He's right over there.
Yeah, I went to a wife swapping party once and ended up with a pair of 13mm spammers.
Dear Noel.
Yeah. I am that bloke who would end up getting his own keys back out the bowl.
I went to a wife swapping party once and came back with a pullover and a pair of blocker boots.
Oh, blocker boots. Who could not want a pair of blocker boots?
What bits of wood?
Still remember the theme. It's inside my head because someone may have mentioned it who will remain nameless in one of our streams.
I seem to remember somebody posted up the actual clip from Why Don't You of the actual blocker boots advert.
Oh, mate, I'll be looking out for that. I still got to watch What's His Face yet.
What's his face?
Oh, what's his name? Craftsman.
Who? Oh, Craftsman.
Yeah, I've still got to watch the mini Craftsman video.
You've not seen Craftsman yet? Oh
no.
I wish I hadn't told you because I didn't know and I just started watching it and I saw it and I spat my coffee out.
Oh mate, yeah, I'm gonna have to tune into that
because you are.
If you haven't seen it, folks, pop over to the Craftsman channel.
Yeah, and it's just so you know, it's Crafsman. If you just type in Craftsman into YouTube search, you'll find a million other channels that are nowhere near as cool.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Craftsman Show.
I love
My name is your host, the Craftsman.
How we hit upon that idea, I don't know, but
I really don't know. But I have to thank the Craftsman because it's because of him that I bought these 2 lights that I've got to add to my lighting setup. The 2 Viltrox lights, which are like dirt cheap and fantastic for fill lights.
Oh, it's got to be done. Got to have a bit of serious lighting going on. Yeah.
It was on a stream the other day when somebody was asking about something, and I said it's all about lights. They said about what camera do you use. They said it doesn't really matter what camera you use too much. If you've got crappy lighting, you can have the best camera in the world and it'll just be garbage.
I can remember going through my channel recently, looking at some of my early videos. And
God.
They were filmed in the black hole of Calcutta, mate. You know, it's like...
Yeah. The one thing I've learned doing YouTube is that the best thing you can do is make a video and then forget it exists.
Yes.
Every time you upload a video, don't ever watch it back. Not ever.
I still use that Guru one you sent me as a sound tester in there, you know?
Oh, yeah. I use that one. It's my default. As a link.
And it's just there in a template that I've got on Premiere Pro. And I just use it as a guide.
Well, I just literally click on the link to watch the video, but it always starts playing from the same bit.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what it is now, but I'm so sick of hearing myself say the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I'm like, who is this mad, eccentric Englishman jumping around in his garden?
Yeah. I used to be so cool in the old days, not anymore. I'm old now. I'm too tired to do interesting things. It's the curse of age.
We are officially in that old fart age group, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we are. I eat a lot of cabbage now, so half of that is accurate anyway.
Yeah, but I'm in the newsagents quite often, and I'm looking at Werther's originals, thinking,
"Oh dear Lord!" You have to say to him, "For the love of God, don't ever please stock slippers."
Yeah, my missus keeps threatening to start buying me beige clothing because old people seem to like wearing a bit of beige.
Yeah. I have to admit, I have found myself recently, because we get old, we go on a bit of a retro kick. So I've started pining for the 70s.
Yes.
Because when it was the 70s, I was a kid and everything was fantastic.
Yeah.
My brain seems to forget all the other stuff that went on. And I do have a safari jacket, a brown leather safari jacket. I've had it for a few years. And it's proper vintage 70s, and it's my favourite jacket in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's a warm coat. And I've got a proper 1970s car coat, proper John Motson coat, big, thick, big, thick suede thing, but with it's like a double-breasted Georgian style with the fluffy wool.
Proper, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I have found myself having thoughts about corduroy.
Oh, have you really?
Like a corduroy jacket, perhaps, with the elbow pads.
Yeah, but the suede elbow pads.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a pair of corduroy trousers somewhere, but they're like modern corduroy.
I am so happy you said that.
Yeah, just every now and then I'll be like, I'll watch Cosmos and Carl Sagan's there, and I'll be like, oh, that corduroy jacket looks mint.
My missus caught me looking in a tailor's window at a tweed flat cap with corduroy top piece on it. She went, "Get yourself away from that window now."
In that situation, I have to agree with Mrs. Cole.
Yeah,
because
just have a look about it, Fox.
There's a reason they put that on the little window shelf next to the backless driving gloves.
Yeah. And she just looked at me and she went, "No, you go."
Yeah, and the shelf full of you are 70 you are 60 birthday cards.
Oh yeah, they've all got that Bentley turbo on the front.
Bentley blower or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, every Christmas we'll get you something
beige. Yeah, so I don't know. There's something about a corduroy jacket. I quite fancy a corduroy, like a normal, sport jacket, as Americans would call it. And I've also found myself looking at like enormous lapels and thinking, you know what?
Oh yeah.
Like like a sport jacket, but with like huge lapels.
Oh, proper, yeah.
Yeah.
Proper ye olde double-breasted suits. Oh.
Proper geography teachers. Oh, double-breasted suits. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
When I was at secondary school, I didn't do my A-levels. I did A-levels at school, so I stayed into a sixth form.
Yeah.
And when you did the sixth form, you went from having to wear a normal school uniform, blazer and stuff, to basically a sport jacket and a school tie. So as long as you wear a shirt and a nice sport jacket and you've got smart trousers and stuff, they didn't really care what you wore as long as you had the school tie. So all these, all the other boys are there and they've all got their like sport jackets from Burton. 25, 30 quid from Burton's mid-1980s. But not me. I'm there. And everything I wore was double-breasted.
Oh, legend.
Yeah. And at one point, because it was the 80s, I had this double-breasted suit, right? But it was like the brightest silver you can imagine. And it was like kind of proper Ben Elton shiny, not like reflective, but it was a nice, proper smart suit, but it was so silver.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
See, I went through a whole year rocking the Don Johnson look with the designer stubble.
Yep.
The espadrilles without socks and the white. Yeah, the pretty, the rolled up suit jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, I went through that phase as well. I went through a phase for about 6 months of wearing nothing but yellow. I'd have no idea why.
Oh yeah, I had the pastel t-shirts and I may have had blonde highlights in a mullet.
I need to see photographs of this more than I need to see photographs of the starchy and husk paint job.
Starchy and husk illuminant, yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I went through that. It was always pastel colours. I had yellow trousers, yellow shoes. No, I don't have yellow shoes. Yellow trousers, yellow shirt, and a yellow pastel bolero jacket.
Oh,
with the sleeves rolled up.
Oh yeah, you had to have the sleeves rolled up.
And they were all thin cotton as well. The jacket was.
Yeah.
So, God, yeah. And then in the 90s, I went through a phase of wearing bolero jackets.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. They were like proper suit jackets, but they stopped at the waist. And I was like, looking back, I'm like, you're an idiot.
Absolutely. But at the time, we thought it was a good look.
At the time, people probably thought I was an idiot as well. But yeah, I didn't like the 80s. I look back on them now and just cringe.
No, the 70s was better. I may have been playing one of my old supersonic LPs the other day.
You actually have a record player?
Yeah, I've still got an Akai separate system, and the turntable on it is linear tracking.
Oh, linear tracking, get the F in. Yeah, we used to have a separate system. It was a Bush separate system.
Yeah, no, it's a full-blown old. It's the old Akai system with the surround sound and the LCD screen that give it all of that. And,
Oh no, we didn't have LCD. I still had the brushed aluminium front plate with fake wood trim.
yeah, no, it's all done in flat black, but damn, vinyl does sound good on it, and it's got them big old floor standing speakers that start walking around the room when you put a bit of bass on it.
Man. You know what I used to hello.
Hello.
You're getting a lot of noise on your mic there, on your audio there, Cole.
Was we?
Yeah. Remember unless it was doing it at the start. Maybe Streamlabs again.
Yeah. Do you want me to knock it down, Zach?
There's like hissy noise stuff. Oh. Crackle, crackle. Oh. The viewers can hear that.
The only other thing I do is change the
Yeah, I think there's a Streamlabs is doing something weird with it.
seems a bit strange.
Apologies, folks. There's some issue, perhaps with StreamYard. Dare I say, Cole, is it worth suffering the webcam microphone, just in case it's the microphone?
That's what I'm doing, mate. I'm just
Oh, right. At least it'll tell us then which one it is. Apologies, folks.
and make sure that that's picking that up.
Right, there we go. Now it sounds perfectly clean.
Yeah, it's on the webcam microphone.
I think it's your microphone that might be having a problem in that case.
Yeah. How's that, folks? Is that better?
Yep, that's wonderfully clean.
There you go.
I think it's either your microphone or a wire. I think perhaps.
Yeah.
But the webcam will do until it's sorted.
It'll do for now.
It's better than not hearing you at all.
No, stop it now.
Yeah, everybody loves you, Cole. You know that.
Oh, shucks.
Are you blushing like a blushing thing?
Yeah. Well, stop it, you.
You are awful.
Yeah. Dick Emery, wouldn't it? You are awful, but I love you.
But I like you. We were so old.
I know.
The funniest thing is that we spend all our time talking about old 70s British stuff. Most of our viewers are American and young. I love it.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what we're on about.
But they love it anyway.
Yeah, but we're going through that stage, aren't we, where we are trying to be the people we once were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're really launching into old fart mode, aren't we?
Well, the thing is, you see, that they do reckon that as you get older, you kind of pine for the old days, and you want to go back to the way things were. And you pick a period of your life, and you try and you pine for that time, the period of your life when you were happy or most comfortable.
Oh, mate, it's definitely why we like the 1970s then, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, for some people, you see, it's like, when they get old, they might go back to when they were like in the 30s and maybe they just had their first kid or something. But for me, and obviously for you, it's when I was a child and I didn't care about anything and nothing was a problem and everything was brilliant and it was the 70s.
Yeah. And
I had no trouble, no problems, no cares, no worries. Everything was sunny. Even the winter was an Indian summer in my brain.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there was just nothing wrong with anything. Everything else after that was just downhill depression and sadness.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still remember in the 70s when we first started discovering music and glam rock was the thing back then.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was Rock and Roll Part 2, The Sweet, Slade, T-Rex. And I don't know, music just had this raw feeling about it, didn't it? And Led Zeppelin and stuff.
Well, See, I've got to be honest that when I was growing up in the 70s, I was not really into music that much. So I didn't get that side of it. My brothers were. You know, I still occasionally find an old cassette with like the top 40 on it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. But
back in the day when we used to sit there pausing it whilst the DJ was talking.
Yeah, exactly. There were all the clicks and wobbles in the middle when they stopped the tape. But I know I didn't really. It wasn't really till. I mean, I had no interest in music at all. I really wasn't interested in bands and songs and stuff and rock.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like the mid '80s when I just randomly heard someone in school because they had a boombox in the '80s. Yeah. You know, and you think, oh, it's gonna be some kid like with a boombox playing rap or something. No, it was somebody playing Jean-Michel Jarre's Rendezvous in a classroom on a boombox. And I'm like, what is that? Yeah. And that suddenly got me interested in music.
Yeah, my brother used to play a lot of that, Jean-Michel Jarre.
Yeah. Well, I think it was that combined with the fact that I went to my mate's house and his brother had just bought a load of old synthesizers. And I was like, wow, what are those? I like this.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah. But yeah, so I hark back to my favorite time is when I was a kid and everything was brilliant. Nobody had any problems.
Well, yeah, the world seemed a much squishier, safer place, didn't it?
Well, yeah, when you're 7, everything's just squishy and happy.
Oh, yeah.
Although, having said that, when you're 7, the things that do upset you are the most trivial nonsense. But at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
Like you drop your ice cream, it's end of the goddamn world.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what gets me. When I was a kid at school, I didn't enjoy being at school. I used to just like be really unhappy that I had to go to school every day.
Yeah.
As soon as I was an adult, I thought to myself, dear God, 6 hours a day, and I called that hard work.
Yeah.
Since I was at work doing 9-hour days for an employer I didn't care about. Wow.
Yeah, it was one of those. I mean, I can remember a teacher saying, "Oh, you'll look back school, best days of your life." It's like,
nah. No, I hated school.
I hated it because I felt stifled.
I hated it because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And I have, if I don't care about something, I don't want to do it.
No.
And I didn't care about maths. Really didn't care about maths or anything else. I just had no interest. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt stifled all the time I was there. I couldn't settle.
No. Plus, for me, it was also the fact that I was a teenager, and for me, being a teenager was the worst thing in the world because the universe said, "Hey, you now have an interest in girls. Brilliant. Yeah. Also, we're going to give you the worst acne ever and make you the ugliest human that ever existed. So you have no chance for girls. But all you'll think about is girls. But and I'm like, thanks, universe. That's really handy. Thanks for that.
Yeah. It was one of those, isn't it? You never had pulling power back then. It was. Yeah. You'd walk into a room and any female would get up and leave. It's like,
it's just like the universe decides that all you're going to think about is the opposite sex, but also not equip you in any way to even do anything about it. Like, thanks, universe.
Yeah, I spent my entire adolescence with the world's largest zit on the end of my nose. It's like, really?
Lynn's off, I think. My internet has crashed. Stupid TDS internet provider. Don't know if I can stay on my phone using data. Don't use your data up, Lynn. It's going to cost you a fortune.
No, not for me anyway.
But she says bye to everyone. Take care, Lynn.
Take care, darling. Yeah, thing shonky internet is a thing at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think I suppose the thing is that a lot of internet providers are suddenly finding that all their customers are using the internet a lot more.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And networks are struggling. So,
well, this is it. You know, it's because a lot of people are working from home as well, aren't they? And
especially, I suppose in the US as well, especially today of all days. There might be a lot of people watching the internet and watching live streaming stuff for obvious reasons.
Yeah, that's probably why my microphone don't want to work. I'll blame Trump.
Yeah, there you go. That seems like a valid complaint to me. I'd support that. I'm Fox Wolf and I support this message. I approve this message. I messed it up. I killed the joke. Shut up.
I know. Just can't get stuff. I'm trying.
There isn't anyone I don't hate right now. Right, I think I've come to a compromise with these evil sadistic tires.
All right.
They have a seam line that goes all the way down the middle.
Yes.
And I can get rid of the seam line on the raised bit.
Yeah.
But because of the spikes, I can't get anywhere near the seam line in the middle bit that's recessed to clean them up. So I'm just going to leave that.
Weather them. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to leave it in the middle, but I've cleaned it up. I've filled the seam line on the raised bit, so it looks like it's a tread rather than just a gap.
Yeah.
That's my head canon for it, and I'm just going to stick to that.
Yeah, that's good enough, mate.
If anybody questions it, I'll be like, I think you'll find.
Absolutely. You can go into full rivet counter mode if they do that, mate.
I think you'll find on the Custom Blaster Booster,
I will have you know
that the front wheels are a dual tyre system that looks like a single system.
yes, it doesn't look like they're the proper run flat tyres on there, you know.
I'm also debating flattening the bottom of the tyre a bit, because it's on metal spikes, so I don't know. I'm overthinking it. It's an old vehicle, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
magic and wishes.
that's the beauty of it, though, is you can get to do stuff that you want to do with it, can't you?
Yes. School and work from home for many, says Muse.
Absolutely.
Jamie Bone is in. Hey, Jamie.
Mate.
Model Maker Mayhem says 2.5 camels. Good God, you're cheap. Taquano, man. I have no idea.
I dread to.
I've kind of learned with Quano and Mayhem just to go with the flow, basically. Assume there's a logical thread and just move on from there. Lynn Dipple's back. Yay!
Yay!
Welcome back, Lynn.
Bless her.
Aye.
Every stream needs a Lynn.
Yep. I still can't get my head around the fact she lives in New Mexico and yet she had snow the other day. That doesn't seem correct to me.
Yeah.
And she had more snow than I get, and I'm in Cheshire, so I should get some snow. We're up north.
Snowed them up there, isn't it?
Yeah, she lives in the goddamn desert, and she's getting more snow than me. I don't know. Do you think we'll get any snow this year? Oh God, we're talking about the weather. Sorry.
I know.
We're just old.
Brits talking about the weather.
Yeah, it's old, isn't it? It's good we're getting old.
Yeah.
I'll get my cardigan.
That's tempting us both into wibble mode, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing that, like we were saying about like corduroy and geography teacher jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
There is one thing that doesn't interest me.
What's that?
A nice pullover. I have no interest in nice pullovers.
At what age are we going to trade our jeans and t-shirt for a nice shirt, a pair of flannel trousers?
Oh dear Lord! Like my dad used to like keep Burtons in business.
Yeah, you just think, oh my God, am I going to go through that? I really don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, Dad, I need some new trousers. Off to Burton's we go. Oh dear Lord!
Yeah, you get them shiny trousers that give you an electric shock on your bum every time you sit in the chair. Oh no!
Yeah, not good.
Oh no, we got all that to come yet, mate.
Well, I don't know, because here's the thing, right? This is what confuses me. I can't imagine ever not just wearing jeans and t-shirt because it's just, I've never been a one for fashion. I don't pick out the latest fashions as my 1974 safari jacket suggests. But if you look at when, like, in the 80s or in the 90s when we were younger,
yeah,
and you look at what old people wore. Little old ladies always had like 1970 style woolly coats and little bobbly hats and stuff, and older men
velvet hat with the thing on the end.
and old men had like, there was an old bloke would always wear his like full suit with a suit tie and a cardigan and stuff, like very 1950s style. So they wore what they wore when they were our age.
Yes. So
I can't imagine that we'd not just wear what we're wearing now when we're that age.
Yeah, it just seems odd, doesn't it? It's
because I can't see me suddenly becoming the kind of bloke that walks around in a two-piece suit with a cardigan and a tie and a little checkers, little flat cap. No.
It's funny, me and my missus was having a giggle the other day because when we was courting, we used to go to Bournemouth and places, the obligatory weekend away, should you say.
Oh, yeah.
You'd always see an old couple sat on a bench, bemoaning anyone and everything that walked past. That we
kids today.
God, don't, I hope we don't end up like them miserable pair of old gits out over there, and we'd be away to ourselves. And here we are now that pair of miserable old gits.
Absolutely, but I'm not wearing the little puffy hat there.
No, but we're terrible. Like we get going on something, and it's full blown wibble time, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it's really weird because, like, growing up, like when I was like in my 20s and stuff, I used to look at old people and think, when I get old, we're going to have the advantage that we've grown up with the technology and the internet. So when we become old and doddery, we'll understand everything.
Yeah,
it's not like old people. Like, you know, I look at somebody old now who didn't grow up with the internet and they struggle with it. Like, I don't understand, but I'm like, no, I'll know all this in 20, 30 years time. I'll know how to use things because I can't imagine not knowing how to use the latest thing.
Yeah.
But then I'll go onto Twitter and I'll be like, I don't understand any of this.
Yeah.
I'll make the mistake of reading other people, or I'll find myself on Instagram and I'll be like, I really don't understand what's going on with these people. And so I find myself more and more not understanding the young people nowadays, and it scares me.
That thing with technology, mate, I think is commonly known as the TED effect.
Oh God, his nemesis, Button Man.
Oh, mate. Honestly, I've never come across such a technophobe. It's brilliant.
It's great. I don't think he's technophobe. I think it's just he's the opposite of tech adept.
Oh, mate, he's brilliant. And it's like, Ted, don't press the button. But you can see him going, but I want to press it. I want to press it. And it's clunk. Ted's pressed the button.
Yeah. When you're doing a live stream with Ted, the last thing you want to hear is, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you hear that little, oh, it means Ted's just either found something and realised he shouldn't have pressed it, or he's just realised something that he's about to vanish.
Yeah.
It's like Ted's version of Oops.
Oh, it's hilarious when he gets going.
Oh, I think people will be shocked to know how much Ted swears.
Yeah, I can remember I was the first time I heard him.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, God, Ted's saying grown-up words. Cool.
It's quite funny whenever anybody joins. And we don't really do our little hangouts anymore, but
yeah.
I do apologise for my sniffles, but I really got the sniffles today. Whenever anybody joins a group and it's the first time they're going to be in an off-air hangout when Ted's there, it's always fun watching their eyes open wide when Ted says a rude word and they're like, oh, this isn't the Ted I know from telly. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. This is
like,
dark Ted.
You've got the grown-up, mischievous Ted now.
Yeah, you've got the alternate universe Ted. He's just missing the beard. That's all.
Yeah, it's funny. Caught me by surprise when he first did it. I was like, oh yeah, proper.
Yeah, now it's just like, it's just we don't pay
that was a full-blown Ted Wibble as well. I was like, oh, you go for it, mate.
Oh yeah.
Like,
so much goes on behind the scenes that people will never know about, and it's so many secrets.
Yeah. Mind you, saying that last modcast we done, wasn't it? It was like, yeah, people began to realise that perhaps we are a little bit mad.
Yeah, just a little bit. But the modcast, we must do more of those because it's something a little bit blue for the dads,
Yeah. I'll just try not to get stuck this time.
Yeah, don't actually, you don't need to look at the shelves from, the drawers from underneath.
Yeah, I shall stay firmly rooted to my seated position.
Yeah, don't get up for nothing or nothing either. What was it you were doing the other day? You were doing some stream and you're like, I'll just get up and get this. And everybody was like, no, don't get out your chair.
Dave asked me whether I had something to hand, and I was like, I'll just go and get it. And it was, you be careful, mate. It's like, yeah. And then it was just like, don't get stuck.
Yeah, everybody suddenly has this like internet-based existential crisis of what do we do if?
Yeah.
Oh, I've really got the sniffles. Why have I got them running? My left nostril is exploding.
Oh dear.
My right nostril's fine. My left nostril is Niagara Falls, and I don't know why.
His other nostril's gone moist.
One of them's more than moist. Whew. Did you know? Here's an interesting Festa's factoid, not from Festa though. It's a Foxy's factoid. Okay. At any one time, only one of your nostrils works.
Yeah, it changes every 35, 40 minutes, isn't it, or something?
God damn it! You already knew it. I'll shut up now then.
Well, see, there's a reason I know this, and it's I get mocked mercilessly by my missus because my right nostril squeaks like a kazoo.
Mine does that sometimes.
Yeah, of course, it fascinates her when it's doing it. So, of course, when your nose switches sides, it does it, and yeah.
It's like, oh, there's sometimes when there's nothing worse than when I'm trying to get to sleep at night and I'm, say, lying on my left side and one nostril's blocked.
Yeah.
And the other nostril, always the side you're lying, and then the other nostril kind of starts going, I'm going to block a little bit. And you're like, no.
Yeah. And then you got Captain Squeaky Nose. It's like, really? I only want to go to sleep, but no, the nostril of doom. Yeah.
The nostril of most annoyingness. But here's the thing, right? This is the thing I don't get. And if any, biologists in the audience know this, why is it I can spend all day breathing through my mouth?
Yes.
But the moment I lie down to go to sleep and think my nose is a bit blocked, I'll breathe through my mouth. Within 5 minutes, I've got the raging sore throat of dry breathing throat.
Oh, yeah, you get the driest, most halitosis throat you can imagine, don't you? Really?
It just makes breathing through your mouth, and it's like only when you go to bed. If you walk around during the day, I could breathe through my mouth like a Vauxhall Nova driver all day, and it wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah.
But the moment you're in bed, just a few breaths, and you got scrape your throat.
Well, is you don't actually notice it, do you? But no, I mean, it's I've got to breathe through my mouth. Oh no, the world is going to end.
Although there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse though. Have you ever done that thing where you've been asleep and obviously you've got one blocked nostril, and for some reason the other one gets a bit blocked up, and unbeknownst to you, you're struggling to actually breathe.
Yeah.
And then in your dream, you're dreaming that you're like underwater or something, and then you suddenly wake up and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I once stupidly thought, I know the best way of stopping my blocked runny nose. I'll pack it with lavatory roll and then go to sleep.
What? I don't even know this.
Yeah, this is festa logic coming out now, mate.
Is this logic in bunny quotes?
Yeah, this is me getting up, going out, getting a couple of sheets of loo roll, packing them, and really wadging them up the old schnoz. And I laid back thinking,
yeah, my nose is blocked, so I'll just add more to the block. That's weird.
Yeah, and then 10 minutes later, I'm waking up going,
I forgot air to breathe. Ooh, must
yeah.
have air. Must need air to live.
At the time, it seemed like the most logical of ideas.
See, the only time I come close to that is if there's a mosquito in my room.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that if it's daytime, I can't hear a truck going past.
Yeah.
But the moment it's time to go to sleep, the tiniest mosquito that could be the size of a molecule, could be at the other end of the room, and all I can hear is like it's a Merlin engine next to my ear. And so what I have to do is I'm not bothered by them. It just annoys me, and I can't go to sleep. So what? Of course, I've got a wound from somewhere. Look.
Captain Stabby, stealth Captain Stabby. Yeah.
I don't know where that's come from. So what I'll do is I'll jam a load of kitchen roll in my toilet roll in my ears.
Oh God.
Just try and mute it a bit because I've not got any like ear things, earplugs. So I'll just like wad up a little bit of toilet roll and jam it in my ear, and it works more or less. But sometimes if they're big enough, I have to basically do that and lie there breathing as loudly as possible.
Yeah, with your kazoo nose.
Yeah, so I'm like loudly breathing so I can mask out the sound of the mosquito to go to sleep. So it's kind of self-defeating.
But blokes of a certain age, and we do wake up thinking we are having a heart attack.
Oh God, yeah. I woke up once. Basically, I dreamt I was having a stroke, which sounds really weird, but I dreamt I was having a stroke, and it was incredibly scarily realistic. And I snapped awake, and at the time I had a futon as a bed, and my head, the bed stopped there. Yeah. My head is actually lolled over the edge of the bed.
Yeah.
Like that. So it was kind of down at a funny angle, and the pillow was scrunched up, so it was kind of compressing the veins at the back of my neck. And I had a raging headache because but I dreamt I was having a stroke to snap me awake.
Yeah. And
I thought maybe I was actually, my brain was saying you need to move because you are going to have a stroke. I don't know.
Yeah. Perhaps it detected a distinct lack of oxygen. You never know.
Yeah.
Bodies do weird things, but
My brain was like, wait, I've become even more stupid. Wait, there's something wrong.
I mean, I've lost count how many times I've woke up, put my hand to my chest just to make sure my heart's beating, and I'm like, well, if it weren't beating, you wouldn't be able to do it, would you, you pilchard?
I do like when you suddenly have a panic moment and your logic goes out the window. It's quite good, that.
Oh, mate.
Have you ever done that thing where you wake up in the morning and your arm's gone to sleep and you smack yourself in the face?
Yeah, well, my wife says that I have this habit of when I'm asleep, my right arm points towards the ceiling and she has to keep getting hold of it and pulling it down and resting it on my side. The amount of times that I've twatted myself in the face.
Oh, God, yeah.
But,
No.
yeah.
But it's like when you wake up and you've got that dead arm and you go, I'll just move my arm, and it's like,
Yeah.
You can't feel anything and you can't move your arm very well.
Or you wake up with leg cramp and you dive out of bed, don't you, to try and get rid of it, and you just stack it on the floor.
Well, yeah. Bang.
It's like,
There's nothing worse.
Yeah. It's like, that's why you have a walking stick, Festa. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you need the hardware, dude.
Yeah, my missus goes, really? I go, I
Hello.
yeah, she sits there, why did I have to marry this idiot? Because they love me.
Can you love me, drool?
And then she does that really motherly voice of, come on, let's get you back into bed. It's like, yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah, oh, thanks, love.
Oh, well, you know, it must be love if they're happy to put up with you in your weakest moments.
Oh, mate, she does. She'll sit there in the lounge and she goes, have you taken your tablet? I go, why is that? She says, you're having a touch of the Michael Flatleys, love. Look at your feet.
Good Flatleys. How do you
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh, you got a bit of rhythm, no? Don't take it just yet. She said, I'm just getting to the end bit of river dance. It's like, yeah. Damn you, woman.
Damn you.
Oh.
But you'd be lost without her.
Oh, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
She has this brilliant way of belittling me that just brings you back down to earth, Fox. You know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, I know what you mean. It's just what's needed at the time, basically.
Absolutely. Because we all think we're invincible, don't we, as blokes? Yeah.
Or as we like to say, we're all idiots.
Yeah, she just sits there going, oh, look at him thinking he's in charge. Oh, look.
They're so adorable. Pass me my trousers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they like to just, she likes to just make you feel like you've got the power. You haven't got the power, but as long as you feel like you've got the power, then
absolutely,
you've got the authority. Then she's more than happy.
She'll sit there and go, the only reason you're in charge at this moment is because I'm allowing you to be. Go, oh,
yes. And the only reason I'm allowing you to be in charge is because there's nothing you can do that can cause any trouble.
Oh, yeah.
It's like saying, it's like allowing you to move around freely when there's no dangerous buttons to press.
We went out just before the world caught on fire. We went up to the Tower of London.
Oh, yeah.
And, got on the train. I'm there with me sticks, as you know, and sat down. And the wife looked at me, and there was a couple sat across, and she went, have you changed your bag, love? And I just looked at her. And I just looked at her and I went, there are times you can be such a cow.
She's got to have a fun where she can.
Yeah. And I just was like, really? Are we in for that type of day? She went, oh, yes. You just don't realise how good that felt. Like, right, okay. I'll wait. And then if I do a Harry Potter, I'm going to look at you and go, really, love? You shouldn't have had that sandwich. But yeah, she always gets one over on me, bless her.
Yeah, she's always win.
Oh, yeah.
We are idiots. We don't expect. We always think that we're in charge and that we know what we're doing, but we don't, and we're not.
No.
Not
we
ever.
put ourselves into a false sense of security, don't we? And they just go, bang.
Yeah.
Keep thinking it. It's like, yeah, okay, that went well.
Exactly. Well, this is the irony of the world being such a sort of male-dominated environment, is that we're all idiots and we're all completely useless. Oh, so how we managed to swing it that way, God knows.
Oh yeah. It's my wife will just look at me and she'll go, how old are you? I go 12 and a half, love.
Really? I'm only 7.5.
Absolutely.
Have you noticed,
William Rabin's in saying hello to everyone.
hey,
Hello.
William. Have you noticed though, we're never like round numbers. I'm never like 7 or 9. I'm always like, we're always 7.5 or 6.5 or.
Oh yeah, because you'd have your birthday, and by the end of the day, you were 6 3/4, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because 3/4 is not quite fully a year, but it's
Yeah.
If it's not a full year, it's a quarter. And you only know it's a half when it's summer holidays. At least for me, because I was born in December. So.
And when you was a kid, time used to go so slow. Now you get up, you're sort of having your New Year's hangover, then you're having an Easter egg, then you're having your Christmas dinner.
Oh God, yeah.
And then it gets to 12 o'clock, and you're seeing in the New Year. It's like, blimey, that was only one day.
Well, that's that. Since I started doing this and basically working from home, it's the entire world goes by in a whiz. Basically, it's like, oh crap, it's Monday again.
Well, your days start merging into each other, don't they? I mean, I lose track of what day it is quite often.
Yeah.
I think that's just because I'm old. But
yeah, it's just old. Just because we're getting old. But it's like, I used to always joke. We've said this before, but I always used to joke with everybody, with you guys and Chris and that lot, that, you guys all went out to, well, you didn't, but like Chris and everybody went out to work and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd say, they'd always laugh at the fact that I never knew what day it was. I knew what day bin day was, and that was it.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I wouldn't know what day it was, and I used to take the mickey. And then when it came to lockdown, so many people turned to me and said, Foxx, I take it all back. I understand exactly what you're talking about. Because the moment they were stuck at home for a week, they didn't know what day it was.
Absolutely. Do you find every now and then you get a bit of cabin fever?
No, not really, because I'm kind of happy. I've always been a bit of an indoor cat anyway, so
yeah.
I'm quite happy, not going. I'm not a big socialite, as it were. I'm not one for.
No, I used to be, but as I've got older, I've got more miserable, and it's like, what do I want to go? Oh yeah, and I'm just like, I don't want to go anywhere. People know where I live; they can come and see me.
Don't want to go nowhere. Stay
yeah,
there. Yeah. No, I've always been a homebody anyway, so I kind of joke and say this whole lockdown thing's been no different for me and my Foxx, because that's what we do anyway. It's just less trips to the corner shop, that's all.
Well, that's what I've found. A lot of folks have said, "Oh, how have you been coping?" and all of that lot. And I mean, the only thing I've noticed, and you're probably the same, is you've now got an inner bubble as well as whatever, because you're quarantining stuff.
Yeah, we've got the magic tea towel in the hallway.
Yeah, and people that come and see us have, all of that to go through when they're going home, and now we've gone into lockdown again. So my missus, she normally messages me and says, right, I'm going to be coming in about blah blah blah, so naff off to your man cave out the way. She goes through her clean-up routine of de-outside worlding herself,
No, exactly. Well, I mean, I've because it's just me and Mama Foxx here, so I've just taken the more stringent thing and I've basically put us on complete lockdown.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely, yeah.
Because I said to Mama Foxx, I said, right, when there's a vaccine, then you can have your hair cut, because she has a lady that comes and cuts her hair.
Yes.
So basically, no one gets in. The only people that have entered this house since lockdown is an ambulance crew.
Yeah.
And the gas man, because he has to come and repair the boiler because it died. So we had to come and the broadband guy. But no, it's just literally I just took the decision to shut us down completely.
Yeah, no, I had Pam, my GP. She came and got me to take me to the hospital, and she sort of says, how are you mentally, type of thing, because obviously that's the big thing, isn't it? Is making sure that you're not losing your marbles. And she says, just carry on doing what you're doing, and I'll let you know when things change. And that's what we accept, isn't it? And
well, I think in a way I'm kind of lucky in that, being locked down is not really too different from my normal life anyway.
Absolutely.
So I'm not missing anything. I'm not suddenly missing human contact, because it's not that different. It's just I can't nip down to the corner shop to get a loaf of bread. So
yeah, I mean, the only thing I've noticed about it is obviously visitors. I used to get mates that would pop and see me every other week and that sort of thing. And all of that's gone because obviously you can't risk bringing anything in that you don't want in, so to speak. But
well, that's the thing. I mean, I've not seen my mate Martin for since the start of the year. He used to come around every few weeks and we do like a noodle night.
yeah,
He'd come around and we'd hang out and do noodles, but I haven't seen him for months.
no,
Blow my nose again.
that's the only thing I've really noticed and that I miss. But that's one of them things, and it could be worse.
Absolutely. But like I say, I mean, I know a lot of people are suffering through it, and I know I'm exceptionally lucky that it's not too different from my normal everyday life, so I'm all right. But I've got Mama Foxx to keep me company, in one way. But
Yeah,
if I was, if I was going to a job every day and stuff like that, or if I had a busy social life, I would be struggling right now. But
oh yeah,
so I know I'm lucky. I know I'm very lucky. But
it is difficult though, isn't it, at times? Because, like you say, there's people out there worse off than us. I know, but it's that we didn't have a very large social circle anyway, and suddenly that's gone as well. And you're like, really? Wow, this is serious stuff. But what's the alternative at the end of the day? I don't think any of us want to catch it. So yeah,
no. But I'm quite funny though, because Mama Foxx, like I said, her little lady comes usually once every month or so.
Yeah,
cuts her hair for her, because Mama Foxx doesn't like having long hair; it bugs her. But I've just said to her, no, until you've been injected with a vaccine, she ain't coming in this house.
Yeah.
She's like, but I said, she goes round to old people's houses and does the hair. They're all going to be made of disease. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, they've all got the lurgy, mum.
Yeah, which bit of this woman goes round to like 10 houses a day is going to be not risky. Yeah, so she's ordered. She went on Amazon and ordered herself some hair bands to tie her hair back.
But this is where what we do is now. I mean, I often say it, and people get it now. But back then, when I used to say it, they thought I was a bit odd. But the webcam becomes your window to the world, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
And what we're doing with the streams and all of that lot is our social interacting. And I think a few people have said, if it wasn't for work, I wouldn't know when Sunday was, and that sort of thing. But
and that's the thing. I mean, it's at least during the first lockdown, I did a few more streams than normal, just at the start, and that was nice. And it's partly to give me some contact, but also just to give anybody else who was stuck at home just something to watch during the day, because it's either that or daytime TV, which I wouldn't make anybody suffer.
Yeah.
But then everybody else started doing live streams as well, so I didn't have to do quite as many. But it's exactly right. We all kind of suddenly realised, like you say, so what you've always said, your camera is your sort of lifeline.
Yeah.
Your webcam, and it's like me saying I didn't know what day it was, and people suddenly getting what I meant.
Yeah,
it was the same with you. It's like, right now I know what you mean. Your camera's your lifeline.
Dave did. He said, I know you've often referred to it as your window to the world, and it's your social interaction and interaction with other humans and that. He said, I didn't get it until lockdown.
Until I had no choice.
Yeah, he said, and it's a very lonely day, isn't it? And I went, oh yeah.
Yeah, and this is going back to rather, conveniently, what we were talking about earlier on about getting old but keeping tech savvy and things like that.
Yes.
This is what I hope if we have the chance to be old dodderers.
Yeah.
Then I just hope that we get to that point and are savvy enough with the technology of the day to have this kind of lifeline in whatever format that takes in that future.
Yeah.
Because I found myself the other day, actually, we sat downstairs, our internet went off for about an hour.
Oh, right.
And just broadband fell over. And I think most people have this thought, but I'm sat there. So I sat downstairs. Mama Foxx was she'd gone upstairs and was having a snooze. So I'm sat downstairs. It was a dark, rainy day, so I didn't have the lights on. So I'm sat downstairs in the middle of the day in the living room with the lights off. It was a bit dull and dark.
Yeah.
I don't watch TV because most of it's garbage. I'm just sat there, just like staring at the wall and daydreaming. I thought, what did people do?
Yeah.
In the 70s, if they lived by themselves and they weren't particularly sociable.
Yeah.
What did old people, or even now, somebody who's elderly people who have no friends and nobody comes around and sees them, what do they do? Because it's not like they've got the internet to play with, because they might not even know what the internet is.
Exactly.
And I sat there and thought, geez, you suddenly realise if you've got neighbours who are elderly and you're on passing terms with them, go and say hello. It's obviously not right now, but
Yeah,
it brings it home.
it does, because it's. I mean, I'd be lost if it wasn't for the YouTubing and things like that, and with the e-models gig and all of that. Like, it gives you something to look forward to, because, like you say, you do your Monday show, I do my Wednesday show, and then I do a Saturday patrons hangout with me patrons. I've got one tonight with me patrons, and then it's Sunday brunch time again. So I have quite a busy schedule, but I like that because I'm interacting with people and you're not feeling so isolated, So
but
you don't get time to brood, Fox, then, do you?
No, you keep yourself busy. But I did find myself thinking, like, go back to the 70s or the 60s even. If you didn't have a big social circle, and what did you do? What did people do to not just die of boredom?
Yeah, but we was kids, weren't we? So we had that sort of childlike mind world that we all lived in of great.
Oh no, we were fine. But I mean, for adults, like.
But your parents, they would just sit there. One would be reading a book, one would be doing the pools, and that was about it, wasn't it?
Like, God, in that way, I'm like, so it kind of makes you realise why some people think the 70s were horrible. It's like, if they're old, then yeah, they probably did. If they were kids, then it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's a strange one, really. My mum was always pottering around anyway, because she had us four all sort of young, and my dad worked away, so
she was probably glad of any 5 minutes she got to herself.
Yeah, and we were, I wouldn't say naughty kids, but she had her hands full with us. We all got out to our own forms of mischief.
I can imagine you were all just nightmares, to be honest.
It's one of them. When my boys got to that age, I thought I opened up a whole can of hurt. But
yeah, it's when you sit there and you think, I really hope that my kids aren't as bad as me.
Yeah,
Chris, I don't.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
Chris was saying the first lockdown taught me I'll probably enjoy retirement. I'm looking forward to this month off, except for financially.
Yeah. I think Chris was saying the other day, it's like this lockdown's not quite as bad because at least he knows it'll finish in a month.
Yeah.
It's a little bit less of a blow.
Model Maker Mayhem's going, remember, folks, to stick your thumbs up. Yeah, it does help. A lot of people often wonder why we say about thumbs up, but it helps with the search rankings and that. So and it's massively appreciated as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, if you give a thumbs up on a video of a contributor, if you'll have a contributor, I'll start all that again. If you have a content creator, you enjoy their content, if you do a thumbs up, it's a little tiny way to help them out, because it puts their video higher up in the YouTube. When somebody does a search on YouTube, it'll help them get higher up in those listings. It means they get more views, and therefore they can survive for longer.
Yeah.
And if you are a YouTube creator, that's why we always say titles, text, and tags.
Yes.
Always do titles, always do text, and always do tags. Don't just do my first tank build part 1, like and subscribe. Don't do that.
We've all done that, though.
We have all done it. Unless you're somebody I don't like, in which case, please just put my first tank build part 1, like and subscribe. That'll do me fine. Thank you very much.
When you think back, when we all first started doing the videos, it was, I don't need to tag it. People know what it is.
Yeah. Well, I in a way, I was lucky, because before I started doing this, I kind of sorted out the website for my mate and that I worked for, and I looked after the social media, so I was kind of a little bit savvy as to all the use of tags and things like that.
Yeah,
because I've been doing it for a couple of years, so I knew how to make things, or at least I thought I knew how to tailor things for Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, because it was my job to do that. So I was kind of naturally quite happy to sit there and do titles, text, and tags and pimp things. But for some people, it's not a natural assumption.
Me not pimp myself as if I would do such a thing.
Yeah, you're always pimping yourself. You need to pimp yourself more.
I'm terrible for it. I freely admit it.
It's because we're English. We're like, I don't want to big myself up. Do it.
My last 2 videos that I've put up, I've really had to force myself to post a link to them. And I'm very good at pimping other people and getting them to put their links up. But when it comes to me doing mine, I just think people know.
You know what drives me nuts is you don't even pimp yourself in your own group.
No, I know.
It's like, dude, it's your group that's set up specifically for you to pimp yourself.
I know. I'm terrible.
It's adorable. I think it's just so adorable.
I put a link up the other day and someone went, "Oh, well done." I went, "What?" And they went, "This is the first post you've ever put up in your own group of a video on your channel." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think a lot about doing it as well."
So they were giving you the mum talk. Well, who's a good boy? You're a very big boy, aren't you? Well done.
It was, oh look, he's taken his first baby steps, and it was. Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, they all do it, but bless them. I think they know what I'm like, and it was,
yeah. But that's that. It always makes me laugh when it's your own group and you're still struggling to pimp yourself. I'm like,
I know,
bless.
I'm terrible, ain't
I? Chris at Gross Model says, talking of pimping, I'll be on at 7.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
We'll be on then, Chris, buddy.
Yeah. Chris has no qualms. He'll pimp the crap out of himself.
Good luck to him. I wish I could do that. I still struggle with it, as you well know. And they all rib me, folks. You know, I mean, especially you, don't you? You'll say, "Dude."
I do. Yeah, but I do it just to get you so you can sort yourself out.
Yeah, I get myself. My biggest problem is I overthink it.
Yeah. The thing I've learned with YouTube, and I said this to you before, is you remember when earlier on when I said basically post a video up and then never think about it ever again.
Yeah.
You have to be the same whenever you do like anything else. So if you make a video, you post a video up, you never think about it, and you put your post on Facebook and never think about it again.
Yeah.
Just do it. Because just be like Donald Trump. Just barrel forward without thinking about anything, and it'll all come good. You'll be fine.
I used to put my videos up because I leave my camera going because if I'm having the twitches or anything, I can edit that out. You know, so I can't plan a build where like I can't sit here and go, right, tomorrow I'm going to film this.
Yeah, because you don't know, do you?
Yeah, if I'm having a particularly shaky day or the MS is plaguing me, then I can't do it. So on days I can, I leave the camera running. I might film for about 5 hours.
Yeah,
I might only end up with 20 minutes of usable footage because I've either been berating myself because my hands ain't working, or you know, I'm having a massive wibble because I want to do something I can't. So my bloopers draw is massive.
For those wondering, by the way, whenever you see Colin and it's film with him doing something, but he's got voiceover, that's probably because he's done a 5 hour take and sworn all the way through.
Yeah, because I get the ump with myself, you know, because you're only trying to do something simple and your body won't let you. But yeah, so.
But you know, the important thing there, though, Cole, is and it's the bit that you often forget, and it's somebody on the outside that points it out to you, is what's important. Somebody's letting off about 1 million fireworks outside. What's important, or the important fact, is that you've still actually sat down at the bench and worked.
Yes.
A lot of people would just say, "I can't do it. I can't do it." But you're like, you know what? You might sit there and swear at yourself because you're struggling to do it.
Yeah.
But you've still got your ass in front of the bench and gone, I'm going to do it. I'm going to film for 5 hours. I may not get much done. I may get the shakes. It may be garbage, but you've still sat at the bench.
I usually operate good, better, best every day, mate.
Yep.
So the best I could do is film an episode blemish free, edit it, and everything goes swimmingly. Yep. Or it could just be I've had a go, I've filmed and edited it out, and you know. And other days you can't build for shite.
Yeah,
so you just sit and edit a video because it stops you getting the ump with yourself. But,
yeah, exactly.
But my biggest mistake is I try to conceal it. I try to hide it, and I then get myself tense, and that makes it worse. So,
and I suppose as well, if you're trying to see, I can't really speak from experience. Well, I can in a way, not physically.
Yeah,
but it's like. The worst thing you can do is just keep it from yourself, as it were. Say, no, I've not got the shakes. I can do this.
Yes.
Because then you're taking a noble point of view, but when you do then potentially fail because of whatever's happening that day, you're going to get even more frustrated because you're built up in your head that you can do it.
Yeah, I tend to let, you know, if the shakes are kicking in, I tend to let the shakes happen.
Yeah.
Relax, just, you know, relax me breathing, let it'll be what'll be, and then I come back to it and go, right, folks, we're back again. I've had a cup of tea. I haven't. It's just that the shakes are kicking, and you know, you'll see a lot of transitions in my video, and I get very conscious of that. the amount of video transitions, but I'm having to edit out the shakes, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the thing. It's the worst thing you can do is deny it and battle on through. But at the same time, you can't assume you're going to be able to do it. But you don't obviously want to be defeatist and say I can't do it.
Absolutely. It's more just, I normally say, despite MS, I am having a go.
Yeah.
But
it's more a case of let's just try it and see what happens.
A few times I've had the odd comment on my channel. Oh, you know, you don't have a lot of video cuts, mate. You know, blah blah. Why is that? And I'm like, well, I have MS. I have this. I have that. Sorry. I go, no, there's no need. But yeah, that's the reason why. And as a content creator, I do get a little aware of that. Are the viewers getting yumped because of them transitions? But there's nothing I can do about it. I can't help it. But
well, ultimately, at the end of the day, the other thing to keep in mind is A, they may not be video producers, so they may not know anything anyway. But B, it's almost a case of if is work to your not work to your strengths, but work to your weaknesses.
Yes.
If you need to do a lot of transitions, then just make that your style.
Yeah.
Make that, do little. I mean, I've said to you before, go watch the old Games Workshop stuff with Duncan because it's all shortcuts. Now we're going to paint this, and I'm painting this cut. That's it. Yeah. It's literally like 5 seconds of painting.
Yeah, you said that to me before, didn't you? When I was struggling with it, because I took a little time out, didn't I? Because I was getting a bit agitated with it, and you was really good there because you went, well, try this technique. It might work for you, dude, and it did, and it was a fresh approach.
Well, I think you're probably getting yourself wound up because you wanted to be able to film in a kind of stream of consciousness, turn the camera on, go.
Yes.
And then edit it down, which is one way of doing it. But I think you hadn't considered the fact that you could just do it as more tighter cuts. And I've started doing that myself because I don't have a physical reason why I can't sit at the bench for 7 hours. I can. I have mental reasons why I can't sit at the bench for 7 hours. I suffer a lot with depression, and sometimes it's really hard for me to motivate myself to do anything.
Yes.
And I've accepted the fact that there'll be days when I know if I sit at the bench, it's not going to end well. I just need to go and do something else. And it might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, could be a day.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I've got days where I can't even look at a model, let alone because I've had a bad experience the week before with the shakes or whatever. Yeah. It's wound me up, But
that's the thing. But it's learning to recognise that. So at the point now, because at first I'd feel bad because all I could do was literally sit and surf the internet or play the Xbox, and because I knew if I came to the bench, it wouldn't end well.
Yeah.
So I just learned to say, you know what, if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. And
absolutely,
when I do get to the bench, then I'm in a positive mood because I'm thinking, right, I can do it now. I'm not in a bad place. I can do it. And what I found then was I used to do like you, the long takes where I'd talk for 20 minutes. And it was my particular style. And it's hard work to do that. And what I found as a saving grace that gets me at the bench more, because that didn't help as well. Trying to, if I have to do a take 15 times, it doesn't help with, my own issues. So doing the kind of shorter style, we're saying, next I'm going to paint this bit here. So I'll get the paints ready, cuts to me painting it. Right, so now we're going to paint, and you do that.
Yeah.
And then you cut away. And it's like 10 minutes of work, but I'm getting the information across that I need to get across.
Absolutely. And that's why I went for the voiceover route in the end, because I found you'd sit there and you try and narrate as you're building. But of course, if you're doing a lot of cuts, your very sort of conversation is jumping all over the place,
Yeah. But then
go on.
Sorry.
And I thought I'd come back at it and do the voiceover with a cup of tea and a sandwich, and I'm nice and relaxed and can just talk through it,
Well, that's the thing that I found suddenly easier was the fact if you do the sort of quick cut thing, which you'll see me do more. People see me doing it more and more. Some people have said it's not quite. I prefer the old style. It's like but the old style is really hard work and it's really difficult.
You have to adapt to your own circumstances, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've found maybe it's an age thing, but I found now that when you see me talking for like 2 minutes. Yeah, that's probably the last of say 20 takes.
Yeah,
because it used to be that I could just go record. Now we're going to do this, blah 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 blah, and whatever. Yeah. For some reason nowadays, the last year, I can't do that anymore because as soon as I turn the camera on, I'm either messing things up and I do it in such a way that I can't just edit it out, or something will go wrong, or for some reason now, in the same way when I do a live stream when I get a runny nose, whenever I turn the camera on to record, I just drool uncontrollably.
Yeah.
I'm constantly getting like, I'm having to swallow, and it's like, it's the opposite of dry mouth. I get the opposite. I get like the Atlantic in my face.
I found when I start doing my voiceovers, I get the yawns. I can't stop damn yawning, and I'll be like, and I might have only been up an hour, or it don't matter what time of day. I sit down, I put my feet on the bench with my cup of tea, and I think it's because I relax, and I start doing my voiceover, and I'm like, it's like, really?
But for me, I don't know what it is. It's just the last year or so. As soon as I press record, I'm drooling like I've just seen the most delicious steak, and it means I'm just like, I can't talk, and it's got to the point where it becomes so frustrating to say the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
that I'm either getting really angry, and I've sat here swearing, like violently swearing, because I'm having to do a take again, and then that makes it worse because you're getting stressed out and you mess it up.
Yeah,
I've just found that doing the shorter takes, like the Duncan style, this bit painting, do a voiceover, it's kind of more work, but it's also less work because I can just do it. I can paint for like 30 seconds like that, no problem.
I've found since when you said to me about doing, like you say, the 20-minute sections, do a cut. At first, I didn't get it, and I played with it a bit, and it makes a difference. You don't get as stressed because you go, well, I've done that. I've done 20 minutes, and tomorrow I might do another 20 minutes, and then you start editing stuff together, and eventually you've got an episode. So
yeah, that's it.
It does make it less daunting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right and wrong with how you film stuff and what, because it all comes down to your style. It's finding a way that works for you in terms of being able to physically do it.
That's it.
So if the easiest way for you is to sit there for 5 hours and film it non-stop, that's fine. If the easiest way is to do little tiny cuts and just jump them all together, that's fine. It's more just about finding a way that works for you,
and that's all you do. Play with it, isn't it?
Yeah, and you don't know at the end of the day. You might do a way and think, oh, nobody's going to want to watch this. It looks terrible, but you might be doing a way that nobody's thought of doing something before, and people love it. Yeah,
exactly. It's suddenly it's just a new way that you're having to do whatever you're trying to do. You've got to adapt constantly, haven't you?
Exactly. And it's that kind of like, just it's not really overthinking it. It's more just a case of don't think about it, just do it, because somebody somewhere will like it.
Absolutely.
And it's like I always take now. I mean, a good inspiration for me right now is the Craftsman channel, because if you look at his videos, if you were trying to consciously create that style, you'd be like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And if you sat there, you'd be sitting there thinking, like 98% of my videos are about how to make a mold of something, which I've shown 50 times before. That's not going to work. But he's got like 3 million subs, and everybody loves him because he's brilliant. And
it's quirky as anything, isn't he?
Yeah. So that's what I try and say to people. Don't overthink it. Don't. I'm no expert. My content's probably boring as hell anyway. But it's just find a way that works for you and do it, because somebody will like it. Don't think you have to do a thing a certain way. Because then you're just copying someone else.
You used to put a video up and you used to dread it, didn't you? You used to think, oh God, everyone's going to hate it and all that lot. But like you say, it's up, it's done. You've put content up. Normally people that criticize your content are people that don't have any content on their own channels anyway. So
exactly. Yeah. The person who cast the stone in the glass house with the pillars of, I'm getting all my references mixed up there, but the thumbs down brigade, they're all people that haven't got a channel or any content, and it's like, well, how about shut up,
it's like,
I used to get quite snarky in some of my comments. I don't do anymore, but I'd be like, especially if it was like a snarky bit of feedback, I'd be like, oh well, thank you very much for this valuable bit of feedback. Like, somebody might just say your videos suck.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, well, thanks for that insightful and well-written, thoughtful comment. You've obviously given a lot of thought. Let's have a look at your content. Oh, wait, you haven't got any.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore. I don't rise to it anymore. No point.
No, I've done that a couple of times. It's like where they've gone, well, I would have done it this way and I would have done it that way. And I've just gone in and replied, well, I looked on your channel for the tutorial, but there isn't any content.
Yeah, you would do it this way. Well, it appears you haven't done it at all. So.
Yeah, and then I thought, don't be a pillock, Festa, because you've just given them airtime. You've just added fuel to the fire. Just, the best way of killing an oxygen thief is deprive them of what they want, which is
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The
best way to get rid of a troll is to ignore them.
Absolutely. That's why all my posts on my channel need to be free of charge now, because it stops any, especially when you don't want stuff that you wouldn't want kids to see, because it's one of them, isn't it? We're not making videos for kids, don't get me wrong, but
not for kids. Just in case YouTube's watching. But like I say, it's more just a case of, I will always say to people, don't worry too much about will somebody like my content. Just make content that you enjoy making it in a way that you enjoy making it. And
absolutely.
And the fans will follow, the followers will follow. There's 7 billion people in the world.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that were like, you could just do a video of, I don't know, you could just be pushing a marble around the desk.
Someone will watch it.
And saying, you get like 1 billion views eventually.
Yeah.
It's really, really not worth.
It's weird how your channels can go from being slightly dormant for a period to suddenly getting attention. And you think, what is it I'm doing differently? And it's nothing you're doing differently at all. It's just...
Yeah. I think I was born slightly dormant.
Yeah, people in lockdown, and all of that lot. It has, I suppose, brought a lot of people's time to YouTube. I've certainly noticed an increase in traffic.
Yeah.
It's nice, I've always had this thing, as long as people enjoy what you do, I'll carry on doing it. I mean, I originally started it up as almost, I wouldn't say a obituary, but like a legacy of, if anything untoward happened, the boys could go in and go, oh, look at the old man there making a dick of himself. But you know what I mean? And it would...
Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense. It's like a leaving something behind, isn't it? Rather than just being
absolutely not trying to be too morbid, but, I'm a realist at the end of the day. And it was just my way of, I suppose, keeping your memory alive. And that's how it really started for me. But as time's gone on, I've actually kind of fallen a bit in love with the madness of it, if I'm honest.
And madness it is.
It is. It's
hard not to, because you make so many friends doing it. And
oh yeah,
dude, have you tried putting this driver in the car yet? Because I don't see how he's going to go in if I glue his hand onto him first.
No, mine's all still in bits at the moment for the painting of excellence, because I couldn't figure out a way of being able to paint it with everything in place. So
yeah, well, I'm just trying to do a dry fit now, and I don't see how I'm gonna. If I glue the steering wheel to his hand, I can't get him in the cockpit. But if I put him in the cockpit, I can't.
It's a bit of a strange one, I know, and I'm going to end up painting it, then gluing it, and then going around and perhaps trying to touch a few bits up. That's kind of why it's ended up in the drawer. That's
why you got that restraining order. You know that. About touching the bits up.
Touching bits up. Yeah, that came out really wrong, didn't it?
I think it came out exactly how you wanted it to come out.
Yeah, I thought I'd got away with that.
I think I might have to glue the steering wheel in and then just hope I can fit him in later on.
Let's have a look at my drawer to see how I got him in. I don't know whether he's in or not.
Because you're supposed to glue the steering wheel to his hand, but then you're not going to be able to just drop him in with the... Well, you might be able to, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, no, mine's not in, mate. He's in the bag of shame at the moment.
Bag of shame. Oh, well, never mind. I'll try a little tiny bit of blue tack. I'll do the cobble it test.
I think that's why mine ended up in the drawer in the first place. So there might have been a bit of a No,
I think what actually happened is you were working on that, and then you saw a shiny thing. What happened is the thing that happens to all of us. You got distracted by the next shiny thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm supposed to be doing my Lehman Russ tank, but I've got 30 Deathcore Creed guys painted up over there.
Yeah. I think you're bang on there, mate.
But
there are actually some quite interesting greebles in there. So the AT-AT might be getting done sooner than I thought.
Oh, I might be able to get him in, actually. If I glue his steering wheel on.
I must admit though, I've got me Gundam of goodness to start.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of getting excited.
You should be excited because it's the trio.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So
Have you shown the good people what it is? Have you shown it off on the telly?
No, I haven't. I don't think. Is that a subtle hint?
Yeah.
Bear with me then. I'll just put this so that I can. It does mean I've got to get up and go hunting for things. So
it does mean we have to change the bulb. Oh, then again, I don't want you falling down under the door or something.
No, it's all right. In theory, it should be within obtainable reach.
In theory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know this is going to go well, folks, don't we?
Yeah.
It does.
We did actually say to Fest when we did that boom hut thing once, and he fell under the desk. We actually said to him, "What you need to do is make sure that at least one of us has your missus' phone number, so we can at least send your missus a message saying, can you come and get him out from under the desk, please?"
Yeah.
Because we suddenly realised it wasn't the fact we weren't horrified by the fact you'd fallen under the desk. It was that we had no way to contact anyone to let them know.
No. Yeah.
We're like, hang on, how do we sort this out now? How do we fix it?
It seemed like a good idea at the time, didn't it?
Yeah, like many things.
Absolutely.
Right, I'm going to do the wheel on his hand because it says you're supposed to do that. And I trust Games Workshop implicitly because they're not Forge World.
Oh, how about that? The first box I picked up.
Good girl. It's almost as if it had it written on the front what it was.
Yeah, because I've got my... I've had to resort to keeping my stash in the Amazon boxes in the hope that it's not really... I've bought more stuff for the stash.
Ow! Stabbed myself with the tweezers. Ow.
But I don't think that plan's working, to be quite honest with you.
No. I've got a front bedroom absolutely full to the rafters with just kits and stuff.
Well, it occurred to me that it's the wife that deals with all the posts. It's the wife that's signing for it or whatever. And she's the one quarantining everything. So she obviously knows it's a kit.
Oh yeah. How are you quarantining your stuff? We've got the magic tea towel in the hall, which is just literally it's a tea towel on the floor in the hall, and he goes from the front door to the tea towel and gets sprayed, and then we don't touch it.
My missus had a big box of chem pads.
Oh yeah.
At the door, and then it gets escorted to the conservatory, and she keeps it all out there and cleans it all down. And then
See, what we're doing is we've got the package arrives in the porch. The package is handled with left hand only.
Yeah.
And then instantly sprayed with just I've got a spray bottle with just washing up liquid and water, because it's soap kills it. So it gets sprayed thoroughly with that, and then placed on the tea towel on the magic tea towel. Oh right, yeah. And then because I've only used my left hand, of course, I can then go and wash my hands properly without touching anything with my left hand.
Oh, you're good.
So I only have contact with the package with my left hand and nothing else.
Oh mate, you are good. Just change.
Yeah, the only problem is when it's like a food delivery, because I can't really spray a lettuce.
No,
there's a bit of a limitation there when it comes to food stuff. Also, I can't really spray things when they need to go in the freezer. So yeah, we take risks like with food deliveries and things. But it's out of staff, so. Now, would you look at that? Oh, got a trouser tent. Trouser tent may be occurring. What's in that e-models cup? It's green. It's scaring me.
Notice I pulled my keyboard out there. I thought, why did I do that? I haven't got a trouser tent. Yes, look, Gundam goodness, folks.
Oh, Kshatriya.
There you go.
There you go. It's one of the largest HG kits.
Yeah, and
it's a master grade size 8. I thought you'd like it because it's master grade size HG kit.
Yeah, and it's mate.
Model Maker Mayhem says, "Oh, that's pretty."
Yeah, this is the first time I've started perusing contentage.
Oh, you need to full screen yourself so people can see the goodness.
Oh, mate.
So I can see the goodness.
2 seconds, mate. I'll go in and do that imminently. Let's take that off and go.
Oh, I didn't realise you couldn't just press a button.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. Oh.
Oh. Are we going for full sprue inspectage?
Go for it. You may as well. Let's just do an unboxing.
Yeah, look at this.
Polycaps.
Apologies for the crinkly bags, folks.
You know, people actually like the crinkly bag sound. It's a real ASMR thing.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, people like that. So you have to like not talk and just do crinkles. Then again, maybe not on a webcam mic.
Yeah. I'll tell you something, it's beautifully made, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, I thought that one would be good for you because it's big like a master grade and it looks like a master grade, but it's got the nice simple construction. It's not got a full inner frame on it.
Yeah.
So it's no biggie if you want to build it in a fixed position. And
I'm looking at all of those little edges that can have chips on them, and
oh yeah, I've not figured out how to paint mine yet. What colour schemes to do mine in yet?
yeah, that's inspiring, isn't it?
There's also a load of potential if you wanted to carve your own panel lines into it. If you want to scribe some extra panel lines.
Oh, yeah.
Or what I might do is actually, especially on those big binders, because there's not a lot of detail on those.
No.
I might add some. I'm debating when I do mine whether I add some plastic card armor plates on them.
Yeah, I was going to try and scribe in some kind of access panels and things like that, but I don't know how far to go with it or what. Well, I suppose you can do anything you like with it, really, can't you? But the instruction booklet.
You have to keep in mind, dude, you don't know anything about the Kshatriya, so you can do what you want with it.
Yeah, I've got no idea, mate. It's
Don't look it up. Just do it. One thing I'll tell you though, that the black and white bits on the cuffs of the arms.
Yeah,
you get stickers for those, but they're all raised detail. It's much better if you do the enamel reverse wash.
Yeah, I saw them and they look a bit gashed, don't they?
Yeah, but if you do an enamel reverse wash, oh
yeah, I see what you mean. I've just seen the stickers of shame.
Yeah, but there is. But most people do it as a reverse. That's the first time I'm going to try an enamel reverse wash because I've never done one. So
yeah, look at that. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's a nice simple build. Nice and simple.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's an inspiring choice, mate. You chose well for me.
I thought you'd like, partially because it's big and it's a simple build, but also because I'd like to see what you do with it, with your inimitable style.
Yeah, I'm going to have to film it as well when I really. Yeah,
it's up to you, Daphne.
Nah, I've not filmed one of these in depth. I did a quick 2-part one on the sniper ages ago, but
yeah, you could have potential there for adding lots of plates and things and plastic card bits and bobs because there's so much open flat space on it.
Absolutely. And have I got to try and get an orc greeble in there somewhere to keep you appeased?
You can do whatever you want. Mine will, of course, I've got a big sheet of Hello Kitty decals, so I think my rule now is I need to get at least one Hello Kitty decal on most of my builds. Yeah,
we did this with the E-models build, wasn't it? I had to get a Warhammer in there and I put a little Reaper bloke in there, didn't I?
Yep. Yeah. And I got, people won't know, but I got a Hello Kitty on the Millennium Falcon.
yeah, you got a little
hidden away.
In there.
Yeah, hidden away, Hello Kitty.
Man, that is mint. I'm liking that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do with that.
Yeah. Dare I say it, that might have jumped the queue in the build list.
It's got a big ass as well.
Yeah.
That ass.
Yeah. You got that to look forward to, folks.
Yes.
Gundam goodness. I've already been asked whether I'm going to do it in cat colours.
I've not decided what to do mine as yet.
No, I need to get a few bits out and have them on the bench and let it talk to me. And,
Ostrich 90 Batrillion says, "Is that the Kshatriya?" Yes, it is.
It is, mate. It really is. It's and it was one of those. It was a throwaway comment in one of the E-model shows, wasn't it, that I made? And it was, "I need you to choose a Gundam for me, Fox." And poof.
Within a minute. Lynn Dipple says, "Fox, put that in your Amazon store, please." It is already in my Amazon store.
Yeah, and it is. Honestly, folks, as you know, I've only ever done one Gundam, and I'm really looking forward to that one because as soon as I saw it, I was like, Fox knows me better than I know myself.
I reckon that would fit within your potential.
Yeah, and it is. Look about it of you want some,
Oh yeah. Yes, Lynn, it is in all my stores. It should be in there's a section for model kits, I think, in my stores now.
God,
It should be in the US, Canada.
Oh
yeah.
Do you know something? I'm quite tempted to perhaps lights, some kind of lights in there, perhaps. I don't know.
Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Gunplay is freedom.
Absolutely.
That's the rules.
So there you go, folks. We could end up with a bit of electricity going on.
Oh yeah. Then if you can get if you get a Beyblade, you could take one of the turrets and put that on it somewhere like Ted did and have a rotating turret as well.
Oh, I hadn't thought that.
Beyblade Gunplay.
Oh, you're good, you are.
Oh, I'm very good.
He's back full screen. Because it's getting close to that time where I'm going to have to come off because Chris will be coming on in half an hour. So
why do you need to go for a great big wee? Is that what you're really saying?
There might be toe curling going on and a bit of the Michael Flatleys and the clothes peg involved.
Hey, a quick thing, by the way, I want to let you into a secret.
Yeah.
I've been having secret thoughts.
Oh dear.
But they're not going to happen because I can't afford it. But don't tell Dave, because he won't be watching this, but don't tell Dave. But I had the devious little thought the other day of actually getting him a Beyblade. You like we did with Ted.
Yeah.
But I can't afford it. So don't tell him.
No, we won't tell him. But how can I say there might be some kind of background shenanigans that go on there.
Can you imagine? Oh, what do you think he'd do if one just turned up? Oh.
I can't say what he would say because it's that time of day. But yeah. I can imagine Officer Wibble will be full blown, mate.
Would he get a promotion, Captain Wibble?
Oh, mate, it would be Commissioner Wibble.
Commissioner, President Wibble.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, mate. So yeah, how did you get on with your booster blaster, by the way, mate?
I cleaned up the tires. I cleaned up the tires on there. I will just in my head canon, I will make the mold line down the middle or the seam line down the middle is part of the tread because I've got it off the raised bit, so you can't see it there.
Yeah.
So it looks like part of a tread then. There's no way I can film that in. And I've built the first dude.
Oh, mate, you ledge.
Yeah, have you got on with your... I don't know if I can get him in there. Have you got on with your fire engine?
It has come along quite well. There's an engine.
Ooh.
There's suspension. And it's ready.
Done a fair bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's giving me flashbacks to Matchbox. That's giving me flashback to Toys of Yesteryear or whatever they were called. Models of Yesteryear. Remember the old... Matchbox vintage car models.
Yeah.
Models of yesteryear.
And the beauty of it is as well is I've got loads of greebles left over, like a full body shell that isn't used because this is the fire engine.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to have greebles as well. So it's like, happy days.
I can confirm you can get the driver in with a bit of squishage.
Oh.
If you glue the wheel to his arm like you're supposed to, it does tell you to do that. So you can.
Yeah.
You can paint him separately with the wheel attached.
The thing with them kits though is they are so well made, aren't they?
Yeah. The other thing with this one is I've got 3 vehicles so far, 3 vehicles. 2 of them I've got I can take them apart into 2 parts. This one, like 18 different sub-assemblies, is going to be a pain in the bum.
Yeah, but you are kind of a painting god, so mine's in the drawer.
Yeah, right.
I'll see how you paint yours, and it'll be. Yeah, I think I'll send him and get him to paint mine.
I need to show as well. I now have 30 of these.
Oh, really?
My little deathcore dudes that I bought off eBay plus 10 of my own. I've now painted them base colours.
Oh, look at that.
And I'm quite proud because for the first time ever, I customized a Warhammer figure.
Oh, sweet. You dropped them in that pillbox, didn't you, to stop you?
Yeah. Well, some of the ones I got off eBay had plastic bits added on, like custom arms. This guy had a sword arm that was broken and in a funny angle, and it was really badly melted. So I actually cut it off and replaced it because I had a spare one of my own. So I've actually cut an arm off him and replaced it. And some of the guys had half the gun was missing, so I'm giving them barrels from other weapons. I'm quite pleased with that.
Oh wow!
Bit of custom because I got to use my Tamiya cutting sword.
Oh
Cutting saw.
Oh yeah, you've got to have the saw of goodness, mate.
Yeah, I've had this for about a month, and I've now used it on my Warhammers, and I'm like, this is the best thing I ever bought, and I bought it because of you.
Yeah, you've got to get your saw out, and I've got little alligator saws and then overetched ones. I do like getting a saw out on the kit, mate. You probably noticed.
I noticed that. Little subtle hints. So I'm dead pleased. I cut an arm off somebody and put a different one on.
Hey, Foxx scratch building. Who'd have thought it?
Oh, almost. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean I've got like 30 Deathcore Creeds to paint. But
well, I'd like to thank Not Dave for joining me, folks.
More than welcome. I hope I didn't annoy everybody too much with my Not Daveness.
No, not at all. Remember to head over to youtube.com, Model Making Guru, and give a like and subscribe and a ring-a-ding of the bell.
I thank you very much. Very kind.
Until the next time, catch you all later.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Ciao.